This is the installation video for the White-Rodgers 49M11-843 Universal SureSwitch Multi-Volt Contactor, commonly used in air conditioning, heat pumps, and refrigeration applications. It replaces contactors with 24, 120, 208, and 240 coil voltages. The box includes materials needed to replace or upgrade most single, 1.5, and 2-pole definite purpose contactors. It includes instructions for easy installation, control label, installation accessories, and a SureSwitch multi-volt contactor with mounting base. First, ensure power is disconnected prior to servicing the unit. Unplug the unit or turn off the circuit breaker that controls the unit. This application is 115 volt and rated for 8 amps. The SureSwitch is rated for 40 amps and can be used in this application. If the rating plate is not accessible, verify that the 230 or 240 volt rating on the contactor that is being replaced is equal or less than 40 full load amps and equal or less than 200 locked rotor amps. Remove the unit access panels and open the electrical control box. Verify power is off using a multimeter. Mark wires to identify connections. Take a picture of the existing contactor from different angles for reference before disconnecting wires. Remove the coil wires. Loosen all terminal screws and remove all wires. Finally, remove the contactor. Find a suitable, flat mounting location. Consider the length of wires when mounting the contactor, since line and load connections are on the same side. For this application, the load wire length is limited, so the SureSwitch should be mounted with lug connections as shown. The SureSwitch housing is connected by 4 corner screws. 3 are left loose from the factory. Loosen the screw holding the housing together and separate. Take note of the base orientation when separating. The side of the mounting base marked comp and line is the end where the wiring attaches. The mounting base is designed to use existing mounting holes if desired. Remove the fork terminals for line and load connections and strip the wires. Refrigeration equipment typically uses 2-pole contactors. Be aware that SureSwitch is a single-pole contactor. Most units use L2 as a common, so it is recommended to connect L1 to switch terminals. Check the schematic to determine the wire color for connections to L1. In this application, the black wires are 120 volt line for L1. Remove the wiring label and place in a convenient location for reference. Based on the schematic, the black wires should be connected to the switched lugs. Connect the black wire marked L to the switched load-in lug, and connect the black wire marked T to the switched load-out lug. Torque both to specifications. Connect the white wires marked L to the non-switched line-in lug and the white wire marked T to the non-switched load-out lug. Torque both to specifications. Attach the tab terminals marked L to corresponding lug connections. Reattach the SureSwitch to the base and secure by tightening all 4 screws. Use the removed contactor to determine the correct coil connection. In this application, the coil is 120 volt. Connect coil wires to the 120-240 volt coil terminals. The SureSwitch default settings are for residential AC applications. Brownout and short cycle delay are set to the default on position. Most refrigeration equipment, including this application, is already equipped with these features. Switch the dip switches to the off position for both the brownout and short cycle delay. The system is now ready to be tested. Connect power and turn the unit on. A green LED will flash slowly to indicate the unit is in standby mode. To enter self-test mode, press Test for 1 second. The LED will flash green, yellow, and red. The unit will turn on for 5 seconds, then turn off. Turn on the unit to test the operation. The SureSwitch will display a solid green LED when the compressor is running. The SureSwitch is equipped with a lifetime cycle count which stores the cycles from time of installation. To display the count, press the Count button for 1 second. The LED will flash to indicate the total number of compressor cycles, rounded to the nearest 100 cycles. No cycle count is shown until the SureSwitch reaches 100 cycles. The cycle count can be reset by pressing both Test and Count buttons for 2 seconds until the LED flashes red and yellow. Remove power by unplugging the unit or turning off the circuit breaker that controls the unit. Apply the control label inside the control box for future maintenance and service calls. Reattach the electrical control box cover. Replace the unit access panels. Service of HVACR equipment should be performed by a licensed and properly trained technician. Failing to follow all applicable standards of operation and maintenance, including applicable codes and manuals, can result in potential hazards, including, but not limited to, electrocution and fire. The 49M11-843 is available wherever White-Rodgers products are sold. Stock the universal SureSwitch multi-volt contactor and be prepared for any single-phase application. For more information, go to copeland.com/49M11-843.